categories of closes that you can implement up to this far in the university. When we talked about one, which is a soft close, I'm going to, after these videos, give you some specific lines for soft closes you can use outside of generating your own via a primer question, yes, no question, and push to the contract. However, I'm also going to do the same thing for hard closes and for conversational close, but I want you to understand what each of them are. So when we talk about a soft close utilizes options to get the momentum forward, to get the signature, okay? And it gives the customer the control. It puts them in a scenario where it's a win-win for you. I don't care which one you go with, as long as, you know, you go with either one of them. So an example of that is, did you want us to do the inside today or just the outside? Okay. Another one, hey, does morning or afternoon work for you? I got a slot at 11 and one at 3. Which one's going to work better? Okay. You give the customer options. It's like a multiple choice test, and there's a lot less pressure. Most sales rep over the years I've done this, I've seen they function better on a soft close example. If you soft close and now the customer as a result throws out a smoke screen, an objection, or a complaint, it gives you more time to go back through that wheel. Okay, I can go back and mine for gold. I can go back through what that objection is and solve it with him because I'm conversing, not putting a lot of pressure on it, right? Now, as opposed to that, you have a hard close. And most people, they don't really understand what a hard close is, at least in Pest. From what I've seen over the years, they think a hard close is, what was your name? And it's actually getting to the contract. That's not the case. A hard close utilizes pressure to make the job happening. It's right now or not. But the key to that is you got to actually not care whether they do it. You have to be willing to walk away from the sale at that point, okay? You're going to push them right to the edge, and either they're not going to go or they are, right? You can't then backtrack and try to play the soft close game afterwards. It will never work. You have to be confident enough to be confident while hard closing and not seem desperate enough, okay? If you hard close with desperation, they'll never buy, okay? But if you hard close with indifference, they'll buy a lot. But it's going to require groundwork being done, and that's going to segue into my third close. The third type of close that you can implement is what's called a conversational close, okay? And a conversational close uses contextual and social cues that individual person has given you to make the deal happen, okay? And often and most times, it's accompanied by an ace card or a perceived ace card to throw that in there, okay? And it utilizes them liking you or emotion to make that happen, okay? It's a friendship style close, right? An example of a conversational close would, the sympathy close is a good one, okay? You know what? This job is just super hard, and I'm just out here trying to pay for college. I get it. I just wish somebody would give me a shot. Believe it or not, I've done that before on a day that I was at 15 and 1 and 16, and the last deal I closed, I said it just like that. You'll laugh hearing it, but I've done it, and I've used it. And people are like, you know what, I'll give you a shot. Like, that works, okay? Another example of a conversational close would be, let's say you're talking to a person, and you've picked up on the cue that their son is allergic to wasps. When you segue out of that, it's like, hey, look, I know your son's allergic to wasps. Normally I have this extra thing, this extra wasp service that costs extra that'll take care of that. But listen, just because I want you guys to be taken care of and I like it, I'm just going to go ahead and toss that in there for you guys every time and warranty it, because I definitely don't want him dealing with the allergic reaction. What was your name? Notice how I used the emotion of doing something above and beyond for them. It always gives the feeling of service if you use a conversational close. Either they're serving you in the sympathy close, or you're serving them and that you picked up on a contextual cue, okay? So those are the three different classes of closes that are utilized. Now, one pro tip here that you need to understand is when I talk about a hard close, okay, it's very important to realize that a hard close needs information to make it legitimized. You have to be so much the pro that there's no questions asked, okay? Grant Cardone is well known in this space. Sam is well known in this space, okay? If Cardone comes up and tries to sell you a package, He's got every right to hard close because he has clout behind him. He's kind of looked up to here. He's the pro, man. He sets it. He tells. You decide if you want it. But if not, he's not shady. You just didn't go with it. Same thing with Sam. Same thing with a lot of these guys that gain a lot of clout. Okay? So on the doors, you can create clout for yourself. How? Because how do you get not viewed as the, there's just sales guy going door to door? Well, this is where you do your groundwork, and this is where proper area management comes in. What you have to do is utilize the morning hours to gather all the information that you possibly can in a neighborhood. Okay? Here's what you want. Neighbors' first and last names. Occupations of neighbors. Okay?